Vera Blue, thank you so much for having a chat.
That's all right. Thank you for having me.
It's great to chat with you. You've been. This is kind of a big moment for me. You're my third ever interview, so fingers crossed.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
I've been a real big fan and kind of a little bit of a. I hope it's not weird, but kind of like a little bit of a crush ever since I saw. Ever since I saw the performance with Flume at Red Rock. That was a great performance. I loved that performance.
Thank you. That was so much fun. It was like so special and such an amazing venue. Like,
yeah,
it was so cool to be there.
Yeah, one of my other favorite artists, Mumford & Sons, did a gig at Red Rock and it looked amazing.
Oh, it's such a great venue. I think a lot of artists, like I dreamed to do my own set there one day, but it was so special to be able to like just get a kind of glimpse of it with Flume, and I think it's something that a lot of artists dream to play in. So yeah, it's a really special venue.
Yeah, and as a lot of people are, I assume you've been in lockdown. Are you here in Australia?
Yeah, I'm in Sydney. I live in Sydney, so kind of just been chilling out and trying to do things other than music as well, kind of cooking or making a puzzle or trying to look after my health and fitness and stuff like that while I'm not touring. So it's been interesting, but working on lots of music.
Yeah, I was going to say, even though you, like everyone's been in lockdown, I feel like I've been seeing, like you've been doing a lot as well. You did that YouTube music session as well, where you, I believe that was the first like public performance of Lie to Me.
Yep, that sure was, yeah.
Was that weird doing that? Do you usually, when you introduce a song to your fans, is it usually like in a live setting at a gig, or was it weird not doing that, not having that like feedback there straight away?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, usually when we'll have a new song coming out, we'll kind of maybe do a few shows with it in the set. But yeah, it's also kind of a weird thing to do anyway, because a lot of the time when you're performing a new song, the audiences, they obviously don't react because they don't know the song, so it's always kind of an interesting reaction anyway. But in particular, this way was interesting because there was no audience, so it was pretty weird, but it was still really cool knowing that people were watching from afar and that they can rewatch it, and it was just so good to get back with the band because I've missed them so much, and I really missed that performing element. So yeah, it was good.
You're a great live performer. You really are amazing.
Thank you.
Obviously you're missing live performances?
Missing it so much, especially festivals. There's something really special about festivals and the audience is there, and seeing your other music friends backstage and crew and stuff. But I guess during this time we've just got to sit tight and just plan for future tours and hope that it'll all come back in full force and that everyone can enjoy having a good time over the summer or next summer or whatever. So yeah, just sitting tight. But I do miss tours and festivals. I really miss that feeling of being able to connect with an audience and stuff. So yeah.
Ever since I found out I was doing this interview, I've been listening to the track Lie to Me like on repeat, Spotify in the car, and I found out this morning it's the perfect length from my house to work. It's the perfect length. Yeah.
That's so good.
You've done it perfectly.
I go through the driveway and the song finishes and you're like, it's time to go.
No joke. I pulled into my park at work and the end happened, and I was like, I turned off the car. I was like, this is a perfect day.
I love that.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's really funky, really like, it's kind of upbeat and like a tropical sound. And we'll get onto the music video. I was watching the music video this morning. Love the music video.
Good. Thank you.
So, I mean, how long is a song like this from starting to think about it to the final product? How long does that take you?
Well, this one in particular, it took much longer in terms of just like from when it was written and produced to when it was released. We kind of wanted to find the right time and let the song, it's nice to sometimes write a song and produce it and let the song breathe and let it kind of have its time to do what it needs to do and for it to spark kind of interest again. Like, we've always loved this song, but we wanted to kind of just let it sit for a bit. But yeah, we wrote this song like over a year ago, and it was when I was kind of entering a new exciting relationship and falling in love again for the first time after heartbreak, and kind of like, falling in love is a beautiful thing and you kind of experience those butterflies and the excitement. But if you've had like past traumas or if you've had your heart broken, it can kind of put a bit of a interesting twist on the relationship and how you feel about it. So you can have the paranoia, you can have kind of the fears of rejection, all those kinds of things, that all the voices in your head are telling you, you know, how you should feel. So the song kind of was basically about a conversation with myself, conversation with the voices in my head and which way to go. So yeah.
That's interesting, because I was listening to the song not really knowing much about it. Yeah. And I was listening to the lyrics and going, I don't know if she's talking about a person. I'm not sure if she's talking about an actual person, or whether it's kind of an internal conversation or anything like that. So it comes across in the song. Yeah, I think it's kind of like, that's good. What I also like about the chorus, because it's kind of like when you hear it, you can relate to it in a way of, you know, speaking to someone and going, you know, would you lie to me? That kind of thing. Or, you know, personally, it was just literally a conversation with myself, kind of going like, is the voice in my head of, you know, the paranoia telling me that this relationship's going to just, you know, go to crap and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of that thing. It was also that part of me that was like, just enjoy it, like, you know, enjoy the experience of falling in love and go for it, which was, you know, also really nice. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like how people can relate to the song in whatever way they want, and the verses are also just super poetic and weird and metaphorical. We pushed ourselves a lot with the lyrics and the kind of concept of this song, so it was something that we were super proud of. So it's nice to be able to put it out and people can still relate to it. So yeah. Do you is there anyone special in your life at the moment? Yes, there's someone very special in my life, especially this song is about the early stages of that relationship. So it's like, you know, at the moment I'm writing a lot of love songs, but it was just kind of one of those moments where I had to kind of get it out of my system. I had to get the angst and the fear and the kind of insecurities out of my system into a song. And then once you kind of get over that hump, then it's just, you know, so beautiful and such a nice relationship, and they're like your best friend. So I think everyone, you know, people who have been through heartbreak and had bad experiences or things like that when going into a relationship, they've been rejected, I think they would definitely experience this kind of thing, and it can definitely change the idea and how you feel of a person, or, you know, trust issues and things like that. So it's interesting. Yeah. Well, we had spilt milk here for the first time last year, and if you ever find yourself in Ballarat for tourism or for a gig, I'd love to third wheel. I'd love to third wheel with you and your boyfriend around town. So just let me know. Give me a hoot, and I'll let you know. I've only been to Ballarat a couple of times, so I don't really know what's really there. So if you're big into history, if you're a history buff, Ballarat's the place to be. All right, cool. Amazing. Yeah. I'm not sure how much longer we've got, but I just want to talk about the music video, because you released it this morning. Yes. It was filmed in isolation, or filmed, you know, with, you know, not out and about. Yeah. How was it what was the experience filming a music video in isolation, maybe on limited resources, limited space, that type of thing? Yeah, it was so interesting. So I had this idea with an incredible director named O'Neill, who's based in Sydney, and we worked on a concept for a lyric video, which is where we shot, you know, some performance stuff, which is where I'm in the green, the blue dress. We shot performance stuff with some mirrors and all this lighting, kind of to create a storyline of these two personas that kind of clash heads, like the voices in my head. And we made this awesome kind of idea for a lyric video. I haven't done a lyric video where there's performance in it. It's always just, you know, some visuals or something like that. And then it was shot literally the day we found out we had to go into lockdown. So we all were kind of like, oh, wow. Now we have to kind of figure out, that was when we were like, now we have to figure out what we're going to do for an official music video. And, you know, initially it was like, go out and do this big filming thing and, you know, have all these people in it and things like that. And then we had to kind of go, let's rethink this and let's do something really different and exciting. So O'Neill and I worked with a really incredible visual effects artist named Felipe overseas. And he created this incredible kind of concept of being in an alternative kind of world, and kind of lots of different
symbolisms and things as hydrangeas and all these different kind of images and visuals that kind of create an amazing different world that you feel like you're set in. So
yeah, it's almost like a kaleidoscope of colors and all this sort of stuff. It's amazing.
The song is super colorful, and I wanted something colorful that had lots of movement and lots of interesting kind of emotions that were you know, exploding. So I loved all the kind of symbolism and like kaleidoscopes and sacred symmetries and things like that, kind of things that just we hadn't delved into before. So it was really fun to be able to collaborate on like an interesting visual effects piece of art. So we're really, really happy about it, and we're really excited that it's out.
Yeah, it's an awesome video. I got to wrap up, but thank you, Vera Blue, so much for catching up with me.
It's all right. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks so much.